And there's certain things that Scousers will look out for on people. Like, you cannot wear white socks in Liverpool.
Why?
Because you can't. You just can't.
You love white socks.
You can't wear white socks.
I've got them on now.
If you
Literally wearing white socks right now.
I've got black socks on. I haven't got white socks
So
on.
you never wear white socks?
The only time I will ever wear white socks is in the summer with a pair of shorts on, maybe. But if you wore white socks with jeans on a night out in Liverpool, there'll be people talking about you behind your back.
Why?
Because it's just seen as like this, you're not from Liverpool. You're basically wearing a big badge going, I don't live here. And
But they'd know that as soon as I talk anyway.
Yeah, but
you're not even trying to assimilate. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, like, when like truly racist people have a problem with immigrants because it's like they're coming here and they're not abiding by our customs?
Right.
That's how Scousers look at people with white socks on. It's like...
Blowing my fucking
Are you now
mind.
thinking back to being in Liverpool, whether you wore white socks? You definitely would have. You love a pair of white socks.
I think that's all I like to wear. And I thought I was getting on with them.
They were talking about you behind your back.
Come behind my back.
So there's a mate of mine who does stand-up, and he turned up. He's from London, and he's brilliant. I'm not going to name him for reasons that will become apparent. He was backstage at Christmas in Liverpool, and Christmas in Liverpool can be a very tough gig because everyone's drunk and they're on the work nights out and they're not really paying attention, all that sort of stuff. And he had white socks on, and he'd rolled his jeans up so that you could see them. And I was like, you should change your socks or roll your jeans down. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, here's something that I absolutely can't explain. If anyone wore white socks in school, they were called Ken Barlow. I got no explanation for it, so don't press me for one. It would just be like, Ken Barlow. And that was like the worst thing you could be called. I don't know why. This is all true. I know it sounds insane.
It does.
You know, it doesn't seem insane when you're in it, and it's only
Yeah.
when you explain it to other people.
Yeah.
And I went, I got it. You're going to get heckled. You cannot. I'm telling you right now. And he went on stage, and it was an external gig. So Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool in December, their comedy club sells out. So they hired a couple of other theatres, and all the spillover of people who were trying to get tickets to the club, they put in there.
Right.
So it's a big room.
Mm.
And he walks on, and within 25 seconds, Ken Barlow. And he was like, what? Did you set that up? And I was like, no, I didn't. It's just a thing.
I can't wrap my head around that, can you?
Well, I don't mind a pair of white socks. I don't wear them often, though.
Yeah, but you're a Ken Barlow, mate.
Mhm.
I'm not.
I'll tell you.
I'm wearing them now. I got called Dale at school because I wore a pair of Lonsdale, and apparently they weren't very cool. So I got called Dale.
Lonsdale isn't very cool, is it?
No,
Pair
no.
of Lonsdale shoes.
Yeah.
You'd be dead.
I know. My mum used tokens for them as well.
What?
She was like skint, you know, when you
Yeah.
use, like government grant things. I thought they were cool. They were Velcro as well. So.
See, in Liverpool, people would rather have like fake Lacoste or fake Nike than real Lonsdales. In fact, people would rather have no shoes than real Lonsdales. To be totally bluntly honest with you, you can't.
30 things that make you a wool, according
Wearing
to...
Lonsdale is in the sub-headline.
What? Oh my God, out of every brand. Right, so Adam, can you explain what a wool is?
So a wool traditionally is someone from like the other side of the Mersey, so the Wirral and Birkenhead, and also St Helens. So it's near Liverpool, but not quite. It's
Okay.
people who, when they go on holiday, claim they're from Liverpool.
Right, okay.
It's
Okay.
like, you're not one of them. But then
Stephen tries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has sort of expanded now to include anyone who does what I imagine is on this list. However, I will also say that a true Scouser would say that the Liverpool Echo is written mainly by wolves. So
Oh, really?
this might be inaccurate.
Okay, so Stevie and I, are we wolves or not? We're not close enough. We're just like... Is it
The
anyone...
white socks does push you into territory.
Okay.
Well,
so-
let's see if we do any of these things.
Okay, getting a receipt at the cash machine.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Getting a receipt at a cat.
Well, I don't.
You don't
I
get
don't.
a
I've got
receipt.
online banking, but
Bragging.
Yeah. Getting choosing yes at a cash machine.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
do
just,
that.
it's stuff that makes you a bit of a gimp.
okay.
That's what being a wool
Oh.
is. You're just a bit of a gimp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tribal tattoos is the next one, so...
Yeah, no, I don't have a tribal tattoo, but I do have that number there. And if you Google that,
That is a tribal tattoo.
it's the image ID for a tribal tattoo on a stock image website. That's not why I did it, but it's just weird coincidence. Not knowing what Sayers is.
Do you know what Sayers is?
No.
No.
Sayers is like the Scouse Gregs.
You
So
know-
we have Gregs as well,
Okay.
but we also have Sayers.
Which one's better?
Sayers?
Do you have to say that because you're
No.
Scouts?
It is better, and it's basically the same stuff.
wearing Toms.
I had a pair of Toms a few years back.
Yeah, a long time ago. Like and rugby,
Years
I
ago.
think it's better than football.
Yeah, Lycan Rugby is probably like grade A Hall of Fame. You're a bad wool.
You're a bad bull.
Yeah.
See, this is good for us.
Rugby
because
doesn't exist in Liverpool basically after like year 6.
It shouldn't exist anyway.
I don't
really.
feel like it did for us much.
No, it
like,
didn't.
Because we're Norwich, we're the complete opposite. Like, I find anywhere near Wales tends to love rugby. Obviously not Liverpool. But growing up, I didn't have a clue about rugby, really.
No, your girlfriend's from Wales.
Yeah,
though.
and she loves rugby.
Does she actually?
Yeah, because she's
Oh,
Welsh.
Disgusting. Tucking your socks into your tracky bottoms.
Yes.
No one does that.
I'll be honest, Adam. I thought that's what people in Liverpool did.
What?
Tuck their socks into.
I don't know if he was genuinely insulted.
Tuck their socks into the tracky bottoms.
Absolutely not. The only way I would ever do that is if I was like camping and I was freezing at night.
Okay, Glasgow. Fair enough.
Um,
Wearing cap at Lonsdale. I cannot believe that's the one they chose.
Superdry's probably the worst one. No, Lonsdale's horrific, actually, it's in its own tier. But someone wearing a Superdry t-shirt in a bar, you just like, don't ask that guy for directions. He hasn't got it. He doesn't know where the password's off for this. Like, he definitely doesn't, do you know what I mean?
Or that weird coat everyone bought about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wearing flip-flops.
Yeah, you can wear sliders,
Yeah.
but not that little Nazi thing there with the
On
little
the
thing
slider,
between
man.
your toes. Like, it doesn't need to be in between your toes.
Nah,
it adds
it's-
nothing to
and
the shoe.
It can be painful over a prolonged period of time, I would imagine. 3/4 length pants.
Yeah. Oh, get in the absolute mersey.
I see.
Yeah.
My trousers are rolled up, but they're not. Are they? You wouldn't call them 3/4, would you?
No, you've rolled them up to...
No, but that's still a problem.
What? Even if I stand up, there. Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, they're not 3/4. They're a completely different problem of its own.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the next one might suit
It's
me
like
as
the
well.
doctor's like, the scan was all clear, but you've got AIDS.
Okay, bad trainers again could be
What
me.
defines bad trainers, though?
Lonsdale.
Lonsdale, but also until very recently, I've got a pair of Yeezys on.
Okay.
So until very recently, Jordans were considered for wolves. But in the past couple of years, I think maybe since The Last Dance come out, there's been a lot more Scousers wearing Jordans now.
Right. Okay.
It's still not completely accepted.
Hold on, what the hell is that next one?
Saying ice lolly, not lolly. Who says lolly ice?
People from Liverpool.
Lolly ice!
It's a lolly ice, isn't it?
No, an
That's
ice
a lolly
lolly.
ice. No, it's not.
I have never in my life heard that lolly ice.
Because people know not to talk to you about it because you've got white socks on. Do you know what I mean?
and the ankle swing.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through some more. If you don't have a purple wheelie bin, do you have purple wheelie bins?
If you are from, so a purple wheelie bin means that your bins are collected and emptied by the City of Liverpool Council. There's places near Liverpool, like the Wirral or St Helens, or parts of northern Liverpool, like Crosby, where their bins are brown and they're wolves. And that's a big marker. If you've got a purple bin, you live within the city limits of Liverpool. And if it's brown, you're from just outside of it.
This is what I mean about it being an exclusive club, Stevie,
I just got a black bin.
that we will never, ever be in.
No, if I knew there'd be this much bin chat, we could have had Robbie Knox on here, though.
I know, he's the master of bins.
I was on a bus once coming back from town, and if you go, the bus I used to get home was the number 15, which goes from the city centre to Huyton, which is just outside of Liverpool. But most Scousers would consider people in Huyton Scousers,
Okay.
but they are technically a different bit, and they have got brown bins. And there was a group of kids on the back, all bullying one of their friends, calling him a wool. And then they wouldn't stop chanting, "You've got a brown bin."
So good. So a Scouser is specifically only someone with a purple bin.
Or someone who grew up with the purple bin. Scousers can move away and remain Scousers.
If I move to Liverpool from now until the day I die, I'll never be a Scouser, will I?
No!
Oh, fuck's sake.
No!
I want
You'll
to.
be very welcome
Right.
on your own table.
Filming a penalty kick on your phone.
Anyone filming at the game, I think this shouldn't even be a Scouse thing. This is a football thing.
Yeah.
Who is that video for? Is that going to be a better replay than the one on Sky Sports? Is anyone going to give a shit what it looked like from your seat? No.
That's true.
Watch the game. You're there for the game.
What if it's just like #making memes?
Don't say
then
that.
have the memory. Because by doing that, your memory is not of watching the penalty kick. It's watching your phone record the penalty kick.
It's true.
Just
True.
be in. Like I'm the worst person in the world for being on my phone. I live in it and I'm addicted to it and I can't help it and I wish I could. I will not look at that phone for the 90 minutes of the game.
Fair enough. You're a bigger man than I.
Would a Scouse ever say hashtag making memes? I just need to call him out on that.
But I'm doing the live, laugh, love. It's not me saying it. I'm saying, what if they're embodying the making memes, live, laugh, love? Getting a coach to a home match, not wearing socks with jeans.
That's another thing you do.
Sometimes, yeah. We're not going to bring bowling up again. Saying house coat for dressing gown.
No one calls it a house coat.
Wolves do. Genuinely, people from like the Wirral and St Helens put my house coat on. This is my house coat.
Yeah, it's not us. I'm getting more and more Scouts by the day. Dancing to Mr. Brightside.
Hold on, what happens when Mr. Brightside comes on?
No, I get what this is, because you remember I told you New Year's Eve, my friend was putting on a tune for midnight, and she went to put on Mr. Brightside. I went, fuck, we can't put that on.
Yeah, it's just done, isn't it?
It's overplayed. So
if you're still excited by it now, you're a bit of a gimp, and that goes back to what I was saying before.
Would it just not be played in a club in Liverpool?
Oh, no, it will, because there's a huge idiotic student population to pander to.
Yeah. Okay.
But you'd be able, they'll put it on, and you will be able to spot the Scousers in the bar who then stood there just drinking while everyone else goes fucking mental.
Huh? Having a wallet.
What?
Having a proper... So I've got a card holder, which is just about acceptable. You will... that goes to VAR.
What's the issue? Why?
What's wrong with it?
It's just seen as like...
I always have a really small wallet because I don't like having big ones. But I've got...
No. So Jack's goes to VAR and still isn't ideal. This is unacceptable.
It's just a wallet.
Exactly.
Yours is literally the one they've used in the picture, I think.
Yeah. I think that's your hand.
I got this in Malta.
Describing yourself as a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me.
Hair gel, absolutely. You can use wax.
Yeah.
You can't make it wet look.
No. And wow.
Number
one, wearing white
white
socks. Unreal. Well, I've learnt today that I will never be a Scouser, which is obvious, but I might be a wool.
I like that we had to read an article for 25 minutes for you to realise that. That is fucking mental.
Just ask me where I was born.
We're 45 minutes into the episode and we've established that he's Scouse and you're not.
Love Island stars are some of the worst people, and I can say this, like, it's fine for me to say this because it's true. Some of the worst people I've ever met, right? Because